Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we are in Queensland in New Zealand, and we're about to have like a awesome quick flight. I'm just going to try a couple of things over here. We're going to be using our AutoLander today. Let's have a look at our aeroplane. It looks like a bonanza of some sort. Nice. And over there would be the lake, I guess. Let's have a look at our screen over here. We have a lake in front of us in the direction we're going to be traveling. And we're going to pass the airport building on the left. We have our special AutoLander program all set up for us, and to take off it's relatively easy. All we have to do is really press one button, so let's do exactly that and get our music down. We've got full thrust. I'm just going to turn left and right just to test the ability of this plane, and I think what we can do here is start our best climb and release the brakes now. So here, Queensland, although it's early morning in South Africa, this is late afternoon in Queensland. We have taken away our undercarriage. Our flaps are up. Lovely early evening as we climb out through New Zealand. Wonderful. Oh my word. Okay, just for some landing drill, we're going to just land. So what we're going to do is just go straight and level first. What I've done on the right hand side there, which is my control system for all the intricate workings of the AutoLander, we have chosen November Zulu Quebec November, and comes up with all of the information about that. We know that it's at an altitude of 1,164 feet. And the circle altitude is about 1,000 feet higher. The wind at this time is hardly noticeable, and we can go back to the airport just by clicking one button. But what we're going to do over here is we are going to try the AutoLander, which will put in a whole bunch of incredible calculations. Let's get a little bit higher. Now, the best climb button does some cool things that I've calculated it to do. It checks out the aeroplane, sees how powerful it is, sees what is going to be the estimated best angle of climb, and it will put it into this box over here, which at the bottom there you see is 105. Now you'll see at the top there the numbers are decreasing. That is our actual speed in knots. But 105 is our best climb speed. So what this will do is it will make the aeroplane go up with the VS increasing until this starts decreasing and gets to 105, in which case it will flatten the nose down and start the process again. In other words, it will iterate its best climb speed. The moment it's going up at a hell of a climb speed of 3,700 feet per minute. That's insane for a propeller aeroplane traveling relatively slowly. So nice aerodynamics with this aeroplane. But I think at this point we're high enough. Clicking the straight and level button will do exactly that. It will get my heading dead straight. It will just establish at 6,700 and wait for me to enter something else in. Now, simply, I could just click one button like this one, which will then make it turn and go back to the airport that is listed in here as an RKO. So in this case, it's the one that I've just taken off from. You can see on the map over there, a yellow direction will keep on flashing up there every couple of seconds. And when we are dead straight on that, then we are heading straight back to the airport. But while it's doing its little turn, let's figure out what runways are available to us. Now, we took off one of the runways. We see here by clicking the approaches button that there are actually 2 runways in different directions. The first one is 1895, which is a nice long runway, and the other one is a short one, more oblique to that, like a cross runway, if you like. So we can select either one of those. I would say a straight in landing as best as we can would be great for us now, and that would be somewhere around 05, so let's select that. And immediately I do that, it will start calculating things. You'll notice our nose has dropped right down. I'm now going to put on what we call the auto thruster, which will decide based on this aeroplane what is the best approach speed, and it will also adjust our speed according to what we set it to. But if I go a little bit lower here and I say toggle the auto thrust, what that will do now is it will select a speed that is appropriate for the actual approach, and it will slowly make the speed slower and slower within the constraints of the aeroplane and be able to do that landing. Now, for this particular landing, the way it works is the extended runway will go out for about 3 points. That starts at a waypoint 0, 1, 2, and 3. Above that, there will be an arc starting 30 degrees, every one going up. So from point number 4, it will be 30 degrees offset from waypoint 3, and waypoint 5 will be 30 degrees offset from waypoint 4. So it gives us points in the sky going higher and higher of an approach that would be perfect for this runway. At the moment, we are heading to waypoint number 5. You will also notice that it gives a number that is decreasing here. We can tell that in this particular case, we are 2.1 nautical miles away from this runway. And the direction, also our height above ground, 1665, that is different to the altimeter. And as we get closer and closer, it will go to a lower and lower waypoint. So we're at 1.3 from waypoint 5. And this is replicated, by the way, right up top here, where we get, it will tell us we're doing right turns onto runway 0523. We are 0.8 from waypoint 5. Our heading's 29. It's now getting to waypoint 4. It will now start adjusting the fine tune of this. Let's get our gear down, our flaps down, and prepare for landing. I've done all of that by clicking one button over here, gear, and full flaps. Let's just have a look at our aeroplane. It's all looking good. Slightly offset, there seems to be a bit of a drift. And let's prepare for our landing. What also the auto thrust does is it will also cut the engine at the threshold, make it go lower and lower and lower on the throttle control, and allow us to do a lovely landing. Let's give that a shot. So coming in for a landing, nicely aligned, and it's now cut the power. I'm lifting up the nose for a nice 168 feet per minute. Anything under 200 is considered relatively good. Okay, now that we've tested everything works, Let's do it again and go somewhere else. Best climb again. So what this does now is it takes away the flaps, tells it that after takeoff our wheels must come up, and start climbing according to that 105 speed, and it will go up and up and up until that speed starts getting less, not more. And here is the turnaround point, starting to get less and less and less. So it will minimize the increase in altitude. But this is really, really great for coming out of an airport. Here's an interesting one. If I click this button over here, which I told you gets us back to an airport, the aeroplane will turn and go back to the airport while it is climbing. So this is a really good way to get some height, especially if we are surrounded by mountains. Hopefully you'll click that button when we are high enough to do that. But you can see it's really it's like a technical system to try and get this aeroplane to go around in a circle, like in a spiral up from the airport, and it will keep on adjusting itself. At the moment, seeing we did take off and go in one direction, it is now heading back to the airport, and when it gets to that point, what will it do? It will try go back, it will pass it and go back to it. Let's have a look at that. Let's look from the top. This should be good. So there's the airport below us. It's going back. I have to shout because in my ears, this is really, really loud. Okay, so we are there. You'll see when we get to the center of the airport, it will start a turn again and try and go back to it. Now that's according to our map. Let's wait for that. Okay, I would say we kind of passed that airport, but why aren't we turning yet? Let's check it out. Yep, there it is turning. As I changed back, it started turning. So it's still climbing. Let's check that it's climbing. Doesn't look like it's climbing. Let's just put it back into speed climb again, best climb, and then activate the, so it is climbing. Let's just have a look here. Okay, let me just test the best climb over here. Yeah, I'm seeing that it isn't a climb, but it has stopped increasing the climb. It is climbing. Let's see if we can increase this. We know that it does about 3,000 over here. So I'm going to climb while it is searching for the middle of that aeroplane again. You can see the yellow bar over there as it climbs higher and higher as it goes upwards. Okay, let's test that out. So we now are climbing at 2,200. It looks good. Everything looks fine. I'm going to just make it slightly higher, maybe 2.5. Maybe that's a little bit too high. We don't want to stall this aeroplane. Ha! We're getting into the clouds. But are we above the airport? Let's have another look. Well, we're going to the airport. So, as we expect here, as soon as we get over the airport, it should start circling again. And let's watch that carefully. We're expecting it to turn any moment. There we go. We're seeing almost a complete reversal of a turn as it tries to circle back to itself. So this is a nice way of getting height. Above an airport. Okay, without further ado, while this is all climbing nice and high and trying to get back to the same airport, let's choose another airport nearby. Well, there's a few options. There's one over the mountains here called NZWF. Let's have a look. And I don't know how far that is, so I'm going to just put in info over here. NZWF. And I found out it's Wanaka, which is 29 miles from us. I think we are kind of high enough. The map is not showing any red points, so I'm going to go straight and level, and I'm going to go directly to this airport by clicking it. And now the aeroplane will continue turning, but when it gets in direct line with NZWF, it will stop that turn. We are in the clouds right now, so let's just enjoy that flight as we attempt to go through these clouds. Not too pretty. We can go upwards a little bit more. These are kind of cumulonimbus. This is actually real conditions in in Queensland today. And now we're heading towards that. I just want to start a further climb. It would be really cool just to look at how this looks above the clouds. So let's get ourselves up. Once again, we are expecting this to go up to around about 2,000 as it brings down the best climb speed. But to get a little bit more speed, I'm going to increase from the best climb speed of 105 to about 120, so it will oscillate around that. So we won't get the best climb, but we'll get a good climb. So you can see here it's assessing this and adding on feet per minute, and this is our actual climb speed. Let's have a look on the outside one more time. Well, we're aiming correctly. We're aiming above the clouds. Very pretty up here. It is constantly assessing the ability of the aeroplane to climb. It got to 120, it dropped the nose a little bit and said, okay, well, let's do this again. So here we are a little bit in a porpoise situation, maybe because of these clouds. There are updrafts and downdrafts and stuff. So we just want to get above the cumulonimbus. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean these are storm type clouds, but cumulonimbus are typically known to go right up high. It can go up by even up to 30,000 feet quite easily, and but these ones seem to be we're on flight level. Have a look here. We're at flight level 144. Almost flight level 15, 150 that is, and this seems to be the ceiling of the clouds. So let's just check it out a little bit more. We are about halfway in between, so what I'm going to do at this particular altitude is possibly just hold her straight and level above the clouds, just so that we can get that sense, that feeling of being above the clouds. That's normally like pretty cool to do. So we're going through a tiny little cloud, but we essentially are above most of them. Let's just see, we're still climbing a little bit. We just want to go a little bit higher. Let's just attempt or get there. And we're still going towards the location, and then we'll just chill out as we set up our approach to our next airport, Wanaka. And let's have a look at this while we're waiting to level off. It says that in 6 minutes, based on a speed of about 120, we should be landing. Now, that's a climb. It's going to be probably a bit quicker than that. Let's choose a straight and level. So, based on the speed, it will give us our estimated time of arrival. I'm now straightening up the aeroplane. We're going straight and level now, and you'll see that our time has diminished itself. It's telling us that at this speed of about 140 knots, we should be there in under 5 minutes. Well, let's have a look at the clouds on the outside. Pretty cool. Can see the sun peeking on the back there. Okay, let's prepare ourselves to land. Okay, now this is another part, and we've done that earlier. We'll just click over here to see our optional approaches. It's telling us that there is not much wind from any of them. We don't really have a METAR to choose from or to decide on. Let's choose the longest runway. We have either runway 11 or runway 29. Let's get back to the map. If we had to turn, let's say, close to the there seems to be a lake over here. Yeah, look, it's not gonna help us much. That's our longest runway. It's probably gonna be a good one to do. Should we just choose a 1-1 approach? 2911, it really, I would say 11 would be a good one. I'm going to click it now. Immediately the nose will tilt, and our approach will align itself with that first waypoint. It tells me my first waypoint is going to be waypoint 7, and it's dropped me into quite a steep descent. Notice it's minus 4200, and the reason for that, remember, we went towering upwards to get a hell of a lot of altitude. Okay, let's see where we are. We might be just too high for this. We might need to circle the airport first and then select an approach. I see Wanaka, the MS Microsoft Flight Sim saying that it's about 14 k's, but on my system it says to my first waypoint it is about 6 nautical miles. Can we descend fast enough, and are there mountains in this area? Remember, we're going through some hectic clouds. I see a bit of the ground there on the left and the right. Let's slow ourselves down. I've just hit the auto throttle, and what that's going to do is it will allow me my speed, and if I want to control the speeds of the approach, I'd have to hit this button over here. But at the moment we are slowly descending. I see Wanaka over there. We're going to be way too high for this, so we can turn around the airport and come in for a more a better approach. So we're coming in from the right hand side, trying to get onto 11. Can we actually get down there on? I see here we got 6,000 feet descent. That is, man, you're feeling light in your seat with that. Let's slow ourselves down. Okay, not really the best of the best, but putting the flaps down is probably going to be a good idea. And as it gets slower and slower, I'm going to just give it a little more flap. And in fact, very soon I'm just going to get that gear up. This is possible. we can possibly do it from so high, so fast. Let's realign our directional instrument on this and also check our barometer, and let's see if it can line us up for an approach to 1-1. By the way, I'm not doing any turning here. This is the system. There's the runway. It looks really, really good. The approach looks good. As we slide into position, are there any winds down here? Very little. That was from our descent and our turn. Man, we are drifting a little bit to the side. Let me give it a little bit of a hand. This is not helping much. There seems to be a side wind, so I don't really trust this all that much. Nope. I can do it if we land like this. Can I hold it? Wow, well now, oh my god. 13 feet per minute. Guys, you have no idea. I mean, that is just so soft. You wouldn't even know that you're on the ground. There was definitely a crosswind there, and it was unexpected. But there's the airport building. We're turning in now. There's the windsock. Man, that was insane. It's getting a little bit dark. Let's adjust our timing again. I'm going to go to, let's just get this to, oh boy, that was pretty good. In fact, let's just get to that airport and just do a parking quickly. Just need some fuel here. See here the fuel pumps. That looks good. Wonder if those hoses will get to me. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that does look quite good.
Traffic possibility tango overhead the field 1800. We're turning mid left for 17.
Where's that plane? Okay. You know what? Let's do one more. Just one more, and we'll make it really, really, really fast. I'm going to do something so bananas. I'm going to just take off. I'm going to find a runway and just take off on that. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so I'm seeing something over there. There seems to be a runway over here. I don't care. I'm not even questioning it. Just finding the runway, and I'm going to just turn onto it, and then I'm going to click on my best climb speed, and let's see if everything just takes off beautifully. Look at the mountain scenery here. Isn't it insane? Lovely. Okay, I'm kind of straight, and without further ado, I'm hitting the best climb button.
Traffic Papa Zulu Tango turning left base 17.
There definitely is some sort of crosswind thing going on over here. Let me just get my nose up. And here we're having this autopilot glitch. Let me tell you about that. The autopilot glitch is something that happens every so often, and I find that it's normally after I land. That when you take off, somehow the autopilot, without even asking, just goes left and right. So to fix it, I've found that just by turning left, turning right, actually kind of fixes that. There seems to be some sort of memory of some direction that I might have been in before. Let me click it on again, see what the aeroplane is going to do. Is it turning? It is lifting its nose. Has it calibrated? I see that it's turning on to 289. No, it is not doing what I asked it to do. I'm going to just attempt a straight and level flight here, which I will ask it for. We have to get out of this autopilot glitch. Whatever it is, I don't know whether this is a flight sim thing or what it is, but we need to get out of it. I'm going to use the autopilot just to straighten up things a little bit. Let's click that a few times. Okay, it's holding it constant over there. Right. We've got a couple of bits of water here and so on. And we are on the northwest part of New Zealand. This is really lovely. I mean, there is nothing like the mountains of New Zealand. Huge, big volcanic mountains towering above you, lots of water, so beautiful, really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you want to go on a scenic holiday, this is the place to go. If you like the mountains, you like the lakes, the water, something somewhat like Scotland. And now that I think about it, it probably is a lot like Scotland. Let's get a little bit closer and see, do we have any airports kind of nearby that we can just drop ourselves into? I see here there's one called NZWC. Let's go see if it's at least got, it's not a major airport, but it's there. Let's just see what length runways. No, that's too short for us. We're going to need something a little bit longer. This one is a little bit into the, just off to the lake and into the mountain. NZMW. So NZ Mike Whiskey. Let's have a look at the runways for that. Also, short. This is like they're not expecting a lot of big aeroplanes in here. Look, we probably could land there. Should we give it a shot? Damn, but that is going to be really short. No, this plane really needs to come in relatively fast. I mean, we're landing at about 90 knots. To stop in about half a kilometer, Let's see if we can find something a little bit bigger. Maybe at the coastline here. I saw something there. NZ17. Let's see what that is. That is right up close to the Northwest Sea. NZ17 is Nell's Beach in the area of Wanaka as well. So this seems like a beach landing of some sort. Let's see how long that will be. No, it's even shorter. Damn. Do these guys actually have big aeroplanes in this area? And I better find something fast because I'm heading towards some mountains here. Well, while we're heading towards the mountains, I see that the lake turns to the right. So I'm just going to use the autopilot just to turn right here. And let's just get some lines over there so we can tell how it's turning. We want to just turn down this lake and head into that sort of gully over there. Kind of high. I think I've overturned this. We're not going to get around that little nose or that, but if I just turn it, say, that direction, yeah, that should do the trick. And then we'll just get past there. Alright, let's carry on with our search for an airport in this vicinity. We did, yeah, that was the one we saw. Here was the other one, NZWG. Did we try that? I'm really not finding anything in this direction. There's a whole bunch of... there's NZMF. That looks like quite a big one. NZMF. Let's have a look at the runways. Okay, 767. It's quite a way along. It's closer to the sea as possible. What we're going to need to do for this one, it appears to be about 50 miles. We can climb up a little bit. Let's do that. And then we'll just navigate to that. If I turn towards it, you'll see here, yeah, this is the problem. We're going to have to climb up over these mountains. Let's just do a best climb here as well. So as I'm executing my climb, I am also pointing our nose towards our destination. Are we going to get above this? Yeah, we got some real pull over here to get height. You can see the snow on the mountains here. Pretty cool. Let's have a look on the outside again. Yeah, wow, insanely beautiful. Bit of buffeting from the updrafts next to the mountains, but we're definitely getting over them. They're just below us here. Can I move to the left here? Not much. Let's go to the other side. Look out here. Wow, lovely, huh? As we pass the peaks of these mountains. Some of them never climbed before. That's the beauty of flying. You see places that totally uninhabited, probably too steep or okay, we might be high enough for this. We are climbing at our best climb, but we are pretty high already. I see us breaking cloud now, any moment. This is real conditions over this area. This Wanaka area in New Zealand. I think I'm going to just hold her kind of constant about here. We are heading in the right direction. I've just want to check that we're on target. And I'm going to select straight and level. The plane will gently lower its nose and start building up speed. Wow, how are those views, man? Damn. Spectacular. Spectacular. Look at the icy rivers. they've got ice on them, like snow or something going between the mountains. There's definitely moisture there, and probably in summer they are like strong rivers because they're quite wide. But right now it's icy. Let's go look from the other side. There's that lake, big lake. And this is awesome. Let's go look at our pilots. That guy looks like Dudley. He's along for the ride. He looks like he's going to fall asleep any moment. So who's flying this thing? Oh my word. Is that his head sticking out? No way. Look at that. Something's wrong. His head is sticking out. It's bashing the top. Look at that. Wow. I'm going to go inside here. No, man, the wind's buffeting us. Oh my. Nobody else in the back there. Wow, isn't it beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's get inside. Wow. This is insane. I wonder if anybody comes to ski here. I mean, there's some serious mountains with snow here. Serious, good ones. This is the real conditions. Okay, we're getting a good frames per second as well. So let's figure out where we are and how this is all working out. Tells us based on our speed, which should have been going quite fast. We are quite high. We're going at about 165 knots for this plane. Is okay, we can go faster. It tells us we've got 30 miles to run. It will take about 9 or 10 minutes to get down. And this is really exciting. I mean, just flying over these mountains is just breathtaking. Let's just check this menu. Maybe we can get some terrain stuff. The terrain should be showing. I don't see any peaks, so what that means is that we are actually much higher than these mountains. That if we do go lower, we should see some red peaks appearing and we can avoid that. Now in the cloud, should we try that? Let's just go down a little bit, just a tad. I'm going to ask it just to go down from flight level 120 to, let's say, let's try just like roundabout flight level, let's say 10,000 feet. And we'll just put a slow descent and see if we can see these mountain peaks coming up. Okay, here we go, starting to descend. Watch the map. really carefully. Okay. Now, from the aeroplane view, it looks like we're above it. But as we descend, and we are, let's just descend faster, dropping the nose back a little bit. We should see some of these peaks starting to appear if the radar of this aeroplane is working. It might not be. It might not be fitted with radar. But let's just check it out. We're going slowly down. I don't want to be clonking into any of these. Okay, I'm going to go down faster. Our speed is increasing, giving us a little bit of a boost and shortening our time. Excuse me. We are going down. We're almost at 10,000 feet. And I'm still not picking up any. Those mountains are almost level with us. Let's just go a little further down. Let's say to flight level 90. Ah, look there. Look on the map. Do you see the peaks? So even if it were nighttime, we could navigate this relatively well. Do you see the peaks there? Let's demonstrate and level. And or maybe we should go even lower and play dodgem cars with those peaks, but this time flying according to the map. Now, as we're going lower, you'll see these peaks becoming more prominent. Green is kind of okay color. Yellow is getting a little tight. Red is those mountains you're going to be hitting into. So we've just passed like a ridge line over there. Let's just see what's ahead. Nothing over in front of us, so the mountains don't seem to be holding. I see a whole bunch of peaks from where we've come from. So those were the taller mountains. Yeah, we're holding at 9,000. Let's just get a tad lower. Come on, I mean, that's what flying's all about. So, let's say, what? 7. 7,000 feet, that's what we're going to select. But now we really need to use our navigation. For example, if I'm seeing some more peaks appearing here. I might have pushed it just way too much. We are descending, but I'm seeing a few more peaks arriving here. Let's have a look at this. So it's pretty exciting. I mean, there's a peak there. At the moment, it's safe-ish, but the yellow is appearing there. Do you see it? And then it's going to become red. So that one is on our left, so we can just look that way. Where is it? Probably that mountain there, or it's probably that mountain there. I see another one over there that looks taller than us. Let's see where that mountain could be. That is the mountain that we're seeing over there. Do you see the red there coming on ahead? Okay, so using this, we would be able to actually navigate between the mountains, even in bad weather. Now, I'd be a little bit nervous going lower than this, so because you'll see that there are some greens over here, and a little bit of yellow. The plane is heading towards NZMF. There is going to be a peak that is a little dangerous to us. So when I say playing dodgem cars, that's just like those bumper cars at the fair. I would like kind of navigate slightly to the right, which yeah, I would navigate slightly to the right. So I'm going to turn us. You'll see that peak ahead of us. It's looking a little bit awfully close. So we'll just turn. Now, should we make this a little bit more dangerous? And the danger would be either if it's nighttime, like late in the night. This is when all the accidents happen. Let's wind up. Let's get that a little bit darker. We'll come back to this time. So, I mean, like that. Oh my word, look at the sun going down there. Okay, let's get a little bit darker. Now you can see, we can't really see where those damn mountains are, but all we have is this radar over here. So, how can this help us? We don't want to get near that yellow, so let's just turn the aeroplane heading just a little bit. You'll see that blue line will help me. We just want to get, we can be over green, but not over yellow. And green is also subjective. We might be kind of... Okay, now we're passing some ridges over here. We got to hold our thumbs over the green because that's getting awfully close to the plane. Let's see from the outside. Oh, we can't see much. But if we were, we would be going over... Can you see? Really close to the top of that mountain. I see the sea in the distance. Let's get to nighttime mode again, quickly. Wow, that is just so breathtaking. But let's just get that little bit of red, and we'll hold her there. Damn, that is just too beautiful. I can't resist it. Okay, let's get to our map again. So, where are we on this map? There we are. I'll tell you one thing for nothing. There's no more mountains. No more mountains at this altitude that we got to be worried about. So we're flying high and good. There's ZF and we are going like a rocket. We need to navigate an approach for that. The best approach would probably be a southerly approach over there. So let me see what we've got there. We've got 1129. That's all I've got. I would say 11. Maybe. We now need to turn the aeroplane. And I'm going to just hold it constant because I don't want it to... I'm clicking the slow descent. What that means is I don't want this aeroplane to go lower. That is a no-no for me. Now it's gone and changed its direction. Oh my. Right, and it's a short runway. Damn. This is really tricky. Let's try runway 29 at this altitude. Wow. It's breathtaking. I know. But how do we descend? And where is this damn... There it is. It's on our left side and down there. Let's continue to descend. Maybe this is a valley that we can get down in. So I'm allowing it to go lower. But might need to take away control from it. Are we going to be turning more? Let me help it. We do need to turn. I need to turn it. Otherwise we're going to hit these damn mountains and you can see them coming up fast and furious. I've now reactivated the autopilot. Wow, there's a ship in there. Where on earth are we? I'm going to disconnect again. Oh my word, we're going to come in for a 2-9 approach. I really don't want to die today. Let's just get our view looking good. This will be for 2-9. This is not so cool. It wants me to turn now. I didn't decrease speed. I haven't got flaps down. Okay, let's get everything all ready for a landing of some sorts. Okay, we're just going to put on the autopilot again. We do need to turn around. Let's just do that. I'm going to just help her. We need to turn quite dramatically to that direction there. I see an airport over there. Holy crap. This is not going to be one of those auto landings that we expect. It's too hard. The runways is heading into a mountain. It's needing to get us a little bit straight. Wow, and it's a short runway. Let's drop our nose and see what we got here. Cut.
Condor 115, passing 350, now approaching level 350.
Oh.
115, hello, yeah, that's fine.
Man, talk about catching your breath. You know, it reminds me back when I used to fly around a Piper Cherokee 180, and it also had 4 seats. Well, this one's got 6, but there would be runways and places you wanted to go, and the runways were really short. You would see it, you'd say, yeah, we could make that. And then when you got down, everything just hit the fan. For example, in this particular example, just have a look at the extended runway. I mean, it's straight into a mountain that way. If we go outside, the back of this is straight into a mountain that way. How on earth does one approach this? There's no AutoLander on the planet that would assist. We had to make a manual landing, and I wasn't expecting that. But 271 feet per minute at a last minute manual landing is okay. Last minute. I wasn't geared up for this. We landed into the wind. You can see that little windsock over there. I think we need to just go out for coffee. Is there a terminal building anywhere around here? I'm not seeing anything. There might be a shack at the bottom of this runway. Wow. Snowy, huh? So beautiful. Let's have a look at this scenery just while I'm on the ground. Kind of curious about that. Wow, look at the redness. Just a tad of sun coming in there. The sun going down in that direction. Beautiful. Look at that. Let's go supersonic. Wow. We're up above the clouds, no problem. Look at these mountains. This is New Zealand. This is why It's a treacherous area to fly in. But there's also that nice coastline there. Do you see that? Few mountains. These are the serious mountains, and we decided to fly there. There's also lower level mountains there. Wow. Amazing. Okay, we're going to stop the stream and see what we end up with. Thank you for joining me.
135, 310, Lufthansa 1 Tango Yankee, danke, ciao.